Of the countless studies on Bay Area traffic congestion, San Mateo County is close to topping the list of the worst commutes. Hello, I'm Janet Yee, and welcome to Take Notice. Today, we're going to talk to you about how you can get to work or college in San Mateo County with less stress and more money. Joining us today is John Ford. John, you're the Executive Director of Commute.org.
Yes, I am. Thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you. First of all, tell us a little bit about what you do at Commute.org.
Sure. Commute.org is San Mateo County's Transportation Demand Management Agency, which is a big way of saying we exist to try to help convince people that doing something other than driving alone is the best way to get to work.
Well, that's a big challenge, I'm sure, and I notice you have a new program to get people to get out of their car. It's called the Guaranteed Ride Home?
That's correct. So the Guaranteed Ride Home program is a commute insurance program. So for those people who do use an alternative to driving alone, whether it's using transit or carpooling or vanpooling, maybe even biking or walking, in those days where they use that mode, we have an insurance program that says that if something happens during the day where you need to get home in an emergency or maybe you need to stay late for work that you didn't plan to, we have this program that allows you to then go ahead, take a shared ride home, use public transit, get home as quickly as you need to, and then you'll be reimbursed for that through our program.
I imagine that's a big deal, and it's probably something that inhibits people from starting a commute program because they're worried in an emergency, how would I get home?
That's right.
What kind of circumstances would qualify for the Guaranteed Ride Home?
There's a number of situations that you can use that are qualified, and I think it's important that people would come to the website at commute.org to make sure that they understand what they are. But generally speaking, any emergency that happens where that requires you to get home, whether it's an illness or something happens at your home, maybe even a daycare situation that you need to get home to attend to, or elder care, those are all qualifying situations. If you're a bicyclist and your bike breaks down or maybe is stolen during the day and you need a ride home, that would be another a qualifying situation.
I noticed that you actually even have bike training programs.
We do. Everything that we're doing at our agency is to really kind of make it as easy as possible for people to understand that there are alternatives out there. We don't need them to do it every day, but if it's something that they can try once in a while, and if that means giving you some training on how to safely ride your bicycle and navigate the roadways and do it as safely as possible, we have training programs like that.
And you may notice a lot of the cities are starting to paint larger bike lanes, and that may intimidate people. In the long run, it's safer, but also on commute.org, for people to incentivize them, there's another program that you have, e-rewards?
Correct. It's a new carpool program that we have, and it rewards people who try carpooling. We call it Carpool 2.0, and it's a way for people to be incentivized to try carpooling, and if they use one of the apps that's available, whether it's the Scoop Carpool app or Waze Carpool, or even if they're just a traditional carpooler and they want to log those trips in our system, for every 10 days of carpooling that they do, they can earn a $25 e-gift card.
Hence all the less stress, more money.
That's the hope. What
are some of the other reasons, other benefits of commuting rather than getting in your car?
Well, I think it's less stressful. Anybody who's driven on the freeway during the peak commute hours knows how stressful that can be. So if you can let someone else do the driving, whether it's in a public bus or on BART or on Caltrain, that's going to be way less stressful. It's also much cheaper than driving alone. So I think a lot of people underestimate how much it costs to drive their car. It's not just the gas, it's the wear and tear and the insurance and everything else. So sometimes it's a cost-saving mechanism, sometimes it's a stress reliever, and there's also some real benefits. You can have a more socially active commute if you have a carpool partner, and even if you ride public transit.
One study shows that it costs over $6,000 a year to operate a vehicle.
I can believe that, and perhaps even more here in the Bay Area, because you're not going very fast and you're using a lot of gas.
Precisely. One last question for you, John. Commute.org not just works with individuals, but you work with companies.
That's correct. So one of the things that we do is we try to find as many employers in San Mateo County that are kind of willing to work with us. They're looking to put a commute program in place for their employees. And all of our programs, whether it's Guaranteed Ride Home or the carpool program, the bicycle training, we offer those through the employers as well so that they can encourage their employees to have a greener, safer, less stressful commute.
All right, thanks, John. Thanks very much for all your information. And this new program, Guaranteed Ride Home, may just be the icing on the cake to get people out of their cars. I'm Janet Yee. Thanks for joining us. Have a safe day.